through my parents. My dad was in the maintenance department, he started as a tradie. My mum was then in the training department in a bit more of an office-based role. So I guess both of them being in different aspects of the industry showed me that there was a lot of opportunity.
I think one of the main things that drew me to the mining industry was not only my passion for geology, but also the work-life balance that comes with working FIFO. So I currently work an 8-6 roster, which allows me almost even time working and also spending time with my family at home.
One of the things I guess that drew me to the mining industry to begin with was it's such an interesting and complex place, and especially when you look at the history of gold, it's so alluring. If you look back through the history, gold has been there the whole way, and it's such a highly valued metal.
So I haven't always been a pit ram operator. I started out as a checkout chick when my 3 kids went to school, and basically moved into administration roles, mining, occupational health and safety, ESO, medical, and back into mining. And that brought me here to pit ram.
So I joined mining at 33 years of age as a trainee process plant operator, and I've been FIFO for about 14 years now, and I've worked in a couple of different plants, and I really enjoy the lifestyle that it gives me.
My dad was in the mining industry when I was younger, and I always knew that that's what I wanted to do. I had no idea that I wanted to be in the laboratory, but here I am.
I'm a geologist working for Newmont, and I absolutely love what I do. What we're looking to do is explore for more gold. This small piece of gold, when you look at it, it's unmistakable. And every time I find this in the morning, it's always really exciting.
What I love about mining is that there's so much room for career growth within the industry. You also get exposure to technical and operational roles. There's sort of endless opportunities within the industry. It's also really great as a geotechnical engineer that I get to make tangible differences to the safety and performance of the mine. So every day I'm able to make changes, and then in the following weeks and months I get to see those changes come into effect and know that I'm making the mine a safer place.
I love mining because it's challenging but rewarding. I'm very happy with what I've learnt and how far I've come in my short career. It's also a good work-life balance. The people I work with are great, and I'm always given opportunities to try something new. No day's the same.
So there's never a dull moment in process plants, and which is why I love it so much, because every day will be different. One day I'll have to rely on my mechanical knowledge, and the next day it's logistical knowledge, and then the next day I might be trying to help solve chemistry problems in the plant so we can get the best out of our plant. And then that's the thing I love most about my job.
The roster that I do, which is an 8-6, gives me the ability to be able to spend a heap of time with my friends and family when I'm at home, as well as being able to do hobbies such as camping and fishing over on the coast.
Last year, mining employed over 1 million people, directly and indirectly. It also helps in regional centres like here in Cloncurry, providing employment and training for different people living regionally.
Well, our zinc and lead concentrate goes towards, the zinc is used for galvanising steel, used for your car, and our lead is used for things like weights at your local gym.
One thing I get to get involved in a lot is our apprenticeships and traineeship programs, and working with our local schools to help develop their students coming through to the next phase of their career. So although we have things such as, the materials we bring out of the ground and the general economy and that sort of things, our local communities really get to thrive, and they're fostered through the way that we are able to contribute to them.
Being a part of the process and knowing that the material that I've helped put on a ship will potentially go to make specialised medical equipment or enable people in remote communities to access the internet, or maybe even end up on the rover in Mars, is really quite remarkable.
Here at Diggle River, we're primarily a zinc mine. So zinc is used for galvanising steel, and basically stops it from rusting, which is essential to building and infrastructure.
I'm constantly amazed how mining gives us lots of things in our everyday lives, things that we take for granted, like our IT technology, the phones we use, the appliances in our kitchens, through to infrastructure, housing, huge buildings and all that sort of thing. And of course in the future we've got our wind turbines and solar panels.
Gold's a really interesting commodity when you look through history and you look at things that are happening in the world today. it's one of those things that we fall back on when all else fails.
So to a woman considering a career in mining, what I would say was that there's so many opportunities, there's so many diverse jobs to go into in mining. It's a really exciting field, it's constant innovation, it's constantly changing and evolving. And as a female, companies are putting a lot more importance on equality and gender diversity, which is really fantastic, and it helps make a more inclusive workplace for everyone, and I would say go for it.
Just do it. It's great. You get to adopt a whole nother life and another family out here and have more time for your friends and family at home.
What I would say to a woman who is considering a career in mining in my area is go for it. I always wanted to be in mining. I always wanted to work in HR. I did not think I'd be able to get the opportunity to combine both those loves, and here I am. So don't look at mining as just being for people who are tradies or who are working underground or driving the trucks. Look at it as every single career you could think of, there is always going to be an opportunity for you in the industry.
Just go for it. I applied for my job with no experience, not much knowledge about the mining industry, expecting I wouldn't get the job, thinking it was more of a male-dominant career, and now I couldn't see myself anywhere else.
I think what I'd like to convey is mining is a wonderful opportunity. Don't just think that it's for men in greasy overalls and hard hats and things. Think outside the square. On the mine site where we work, we've got plenty of women. We've got tradespeople, we've got truck drivers, we've got nippers, we've got mining engineers. It's endless. Don't think of yourself as being in a traditional role. Think outside the square. Try something different.
If you're considering a career in the mining industry, or maybe even if you aren't, I urge you to take a look. I really do think that there is a role for most people somewhere within the mining industry. I'm one of 4 girls, and each of us has managed to find a career in mining. As a mining engineer, I have a sister who's an electrician, one who works in health and safety, and another who works in HR. So really, there is something for everyone, so I urge you, take a look. You'll never know what you might find.
If you're a woman considering a job in mining or specifically in geology, I would 100% recommend it. I've been so fortunate to work alongside some really influential and powerful women who have encouraged me to reach the stars of my career.
So if you come prepared to work long days, work a 7 on 7 off roster, work shift work, that includes nights, but bring the right attitude, sky's the limit.
My advice to any women considering a career in mining is just do it and take every opportunity you can.
If you're thinking about getting into the mining industry, be tough and persist because it's definitely worth it.
I guess for people that are coming into the industry, probably the advice I have is be the change that you want to see. There's a lot of things happening here. It's a very fluid and dynamic environment, and I would just say to anyone coming in, just make sure you know who you are yourself, and the changes that you would like to see, make sure you lead by example. And I think if you take that in your stride in this industry, you'll go a long way.